Hi there. Hi there, everybody. Today we're going to listen to the Triffids. And I'm going to tell you why I like the Triffids and what they conjure up in my mind. So we got the CD Born Sandy Devotional ready for you. Here's the cover.
No foreign pair of dark sunglasses will ever shield you from the light that pierces your eyelids, the screaming of her dogs, beating up the bodies of the fish, flashing up the bay till it was red, turning the sky a cold dark color as they circled overhead. Across his skin, salt water on his eyes and arms, but he could not feel the skin. There was no one left to hold him back, no one to call out his name, dress him, feed him, drive him home. Say, little boy, it doesn't have to end this way. Their trial separation, spent the night in a Park Beach motel bed, told him strange lying next to him, rain hitting the roof hard over his head. She said, what's the matter now, lover boy, has the cat run off with your tongue? Are you drinking to get maudlin, or drinking to get numb? To the Seabirds, take me now, I'm no longer afraid to die. But they pretended not to hear him, just watched him with their hard and bright black eyes. They could make the eyes burn any dying thing, but later than their reach. They would not touch the solitary figure lying tossed up on the beach. So where were you?
What a glorious, glorious song that is. First time I heard it, I thought, yeah, it's all right. It's a bit kind of jaunty. Yeah, it doesn't really glide, does it? But it's just... Right, let's read the lyrics. No foreign pair of dark sunglasses will ever shield you from the light that pierces your eyelids. The screaming of the gulls feeding off the bodies of the fish, thrashing up the bay till it was red, turning the sky a cold dark colour as they circled overhead. Now, for the first time in my life, I've just read those lyrics to myself. I mean, it just shows you, doesn't it, how important it is to just scratch at the surface of everything. Cat scratch fever, as Ted Nugent used to say. Never bought an album by Ted. Bought a Derek St. Holmes album with Brad Whitford. But that's another story. This is a complete and utterly departure from rockistism. This is poetic fervour. He swam out to the edge of the reef. There were cuts across his skin, salt water on his eyes and arms, but he could not feel them sting. There was no one left to hold him back. It reminds me of the beginning of Gattaca. There it is. Look, I've got this to show you. Have you ever seen a better film? Yes, but is this a great film? Boys back. Come on, Bobsy. Get a hold of your DVDs, mate. Look at that. Where the two brothers swam out to sea and they played chicken. More chicken later on, but for the moment, let's stick to the swimming out to the reef. Who would turn back first? So that film, I highly recommend that film, as do I highly recommend. What was it called? It was Napoleon Dynamite. We went to see that first night of it being shown. I said, what's in the cinema? I said, Boxing Day it was. I said, what's anything good? Well, there's Napoleon Dynamite, they said. And I said, what's that? Well, it's won an award. So I said, that'll do us. So we went in. There were about 6 of us in the audience, and we cracked up laughing from the minute it started. And there was just nervous tension in the audience because we didn't understand what we were watching. But it was contrary and invigorating, and it was inspiring and quirky, very much like this. They've swam out to the edge of the reef. He swam. There was no one left to hold him back, no one to call out his name. Why? What's happened to her? Dress him, feed him, drive him home. Say, little boy doesn't have to end this way. Is that his mum, or is it his lover? The love of his life. He announced their trial separation. It sounds like his love of his life. Spent the night in a Park Beach motel bed with a stranger lying next to him. Rain hitting the roof hard over his head. Figuratively. She said, what's the matter now, lover boy? Has the cat run off with your tongue? Possibly the best line ever. Coming up. Alert. Are you drinking to get maudlin? Or drinking to get numb? 3/4 of the population are drinking to get numb. Guaranteed. Neighbour's just gone out on his motorbike. He's wearing a helmet like my helmet. He's on a motorbike and I'm on a push bike. I know which one I want. He called out to the birds, come take me now, I am no longer afraid to die. But they pretended not to hear him. Ha! They just watched him with their hard and bright black eyes. It reminds you of, yes, that guy, Alfred Hitchcock, when they're just sitting there. I watched that about 9 months ago. It was ridiculous. So many flaws and amateur dramatics there. But again, it was probably very scary. I remember seeing as a kid, I was scared stiff. There's the motorbike. Can you hear it? Let's listen. He's revving and he's going over the Steve McQueen boundary fence between Switzerland and Germany. Get your motor running, mate. He's got his little black spectacles on as well. Off he goes. They could pick the eye of any dying thing that lay within their reach, but they would not touch the solitary figure lying tossed up on the beach That is just... I'm so glad I've read this for myself now, because the music is exceptional. Well, where were you? Where were you? Where were you? Where were you? We've all got loves in our lives, and we ask them, where were you? Where were you when I was lying, solitary, tossed up on the beach? And then you've got this kind of genesis through a Echo and the Bunnymen stylisticist. You know, the Hackett guitar and the voice of Peter Gabriel gone through an indie 80s mixer. David McComb just writing these lyrics, and then what does he do? He writes out everything, doesn't he? He writes out everything and says, this is how I want it to sound. Now on the remastered, repackaged album, we have the sleeve with David Evil Graham Lee, Martin Casey, the bass guitarist, Elsie McDonald's the fantastic drummer, Robert the brother on the violin, the guitar and the backing vocals, and we got Jill Burt, the hopeless keyboardist who just oozes character and personality. Then you got Adam Peters. Did he produce it as well? Yeah. Playing cello and keyboards. Who produced it? Was it Adam Peters? No, it wasn't. It was produced by Gail Norton, of course. How foolish of me. All songs by David McComb, arranged by the Triffids. Wonderful stuff. Right, I don't think I can listen to the next song, even though I always say that they should be listened together. So, the Seabirds. There is definitely aspects of Alfred Hitchcock here, isn't there? And then there's insightful presence of understanding loss and mild despair. I love reading that though. And then, right, musically, let's try and read the sleeve notes for everyone to go out and buy the album, because that's what you want them to do, isn't it? We want them to go out and buy the album. Right, so David McComb, he said, cover of a devotional postcard type aerial picture of a beach, blue water, white sand, deserted covering whole cover, and devotional in black lettering. Well, look at this album. I've got the albums downstairs, but you'll have to do with this CD at the moment because of circumstances beyond my control. It's not any good. I've been playing football last night, so I can't really move very well. Oh, boys back, there's a mouse just flown off the table. What can you do?